So, what are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Why, same thing we try to do every night, Belgium. Take over the world. I mean, Twitch. Take over Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / Buck Totem Bertram, and this is my review for Godfall. Now my friends, Godfall was released for the PlayStation 5 in 2020 and is another hack and slash video game.
Never believed
Bravo! Hack and slash games are my favorite kind of video games, next to survival horror and games that feature women with exaggerated breasts. So, Godfall is a game very much in the style of Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, Bayonetta, and An Evening with Ted Bundy. I am fond of them all. Hacking and slashing and ripping excites me in a way I haven't felt since Judy Garland showed a bit of side boob at the Oscars. And I'm not alone in this. I had a friend once who was quite partial to a bit of ripping. What was his name again? Oh yes, Jack. That's right. Right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Nope, not the little elephant in my room. Don't ask why I have an elephant in my room. Actually, no, let's talk about the critical response to Godfall upon its release. Critics pooped on this game in a way I haven't seen since I got food poisoning from an egg and cress sandwich. Godfall begins with the line, "It's a lie." And I am here to tell you, dear viewer, that it is a lie. Not the game, but most of the critics who reviewed this game. They lied. They said this game was mediocre, but I think they must have been playing with themselves. That, I can believe, is mediocre. Often painful too. But Godfall is a fantastic game. Take it from me, dear viewer. My opinion, as you already know, is the only opinion. So, story. In Godfall, we play as Orin. Not to be confused with that lunatic dentist from Little Shop of Horrors. He's having a pretty bad day. His brother has turned into a genocidal maniac, and it is up to Orin to stop his brother from becoming a god and destroying the world. You know, my brother tried something similar. Oh, nothing as grand as becoming a god, but he did steal one of my Barbies, action men, once. That was pretty similar. So, like Orin, I too stopped my brother by pulling his underpants over his head and then throwing him out of the window. Who knew there was a convenient mattress below our window to break his fall? And if I ever find the bastard that put it there, I am going to... Moving on. So, you will hack and slash your way through various levels, cutting enemies to ribbons, collecting loot, including weapons and armor, leveling up, fighting bosses. If you ever played a hack and slash game, you know exactly what to expect. And if not, well, if God of War and Devil May Cry had a child, well, for a start, I would question how that is even possible. Both protagonists of these games are male. Not to mention that it would be quite an ugly child. But, secondly, that child would indeed be Godfall. But don't take my joke too literally, dear viewer. Video games cannot mate with each other. Also, this game is no ugly child. On the contrary, Godfall is a stunning example of next-gen graphics. Just look at this gameplay I'm showing you here. Isn't it stunning? Don't you just want to stick your hand into your underpants and... Why have I got a £20 note in my underpants? Don't you just love it when that happens? Where was I? In the review. Oh, yes. Another criticism of the game that I will now defend is that Godfall is... What's that word? Oh, yes. Grindy. Yes, you will have to do side quests to obtain certain materials that you need to access the main story missions. But I say that criticism is... what's that word? Oh yes, bollocks. Have none of you ever played an RPG before? Well, what do most RPGs involve? That's right, chap at the back with the unfortunate skin condition. Grinding. Just look at something like Final Fantasy V or Dragon Quest VII. Those games are grindier than the cogs inside Big Bloody Ben. So no, it is not a valid criticism to say that being grindy makes Godfall bad. Here endeth that particular lesson. So, the game is stunning. The gameplay is fun. The story could be fleshed out a little bit more, but, I'll forgive that. And no, I don't give a damn about online modes and loot, so I'm not going to talk about that here. And anyway, it would certainly not change my opinion of the game. Maybe I am just a little biased because I love these types of games. But I put it to you, dear viewer, that I am not biased. I am biased. Yes, you at the back with the third leg. What does biased mean? Well, it means, shut up. Moving on. So, do I recommend Godfall? Well, of course I do. But no matter what you personally think about this game, just think about this. This game was in development for a few years and runs as smooth as butter. Cyberpunk 2077 was in development for 8 years and runs like arse. Godfall looks spectacular. Cyberpunk 2077 looks like shit. Critics loved Cyberpunk 2077. Therefore, critics love arse and shit. Need I say more? Personally, I very much enjoyed Godfall, and therefore I am going to score it an 8.5 out of 10. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my review for Godfall. If you've enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, bell button thingy. Jump over to my Twitch if you want. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Yeah.